What makes someone instantly unattractive in your eyes? Lack of personal hygiene. Long time ago, I met this girl at a bar. She was super cute. She was super hot. We had great chemistry. Bar got more crowded. Bar got more louder. Couldn't hear her as well, so we had to talk closer. She leaned in to talk closer and I smelled something awful. Awful. I tried to ignore it on account of she was super cute and she was super hot. The stench was still super strong. I pushed through because I am a man. I brought her back home. We kissed. I took off my clothes. She took off her clothes. Her vag reeked. Reeked. I tried to push through because I am a man. I could not. She reeked. I had to stop fooling around. I told her I had a tummy ache and I couldn't go on. She left my apartment. My sheets reeked. How did she put so much effort into her physical appearance while also ignoring the fact that she stank to high heaven? Lord, I think I burned a few nose hairs just imagining that uniquely acrid funk. It is possible she didn't know. I know a few people who didn't even realize that they stink because their brain is used to the smells and subconsciously ignores it. She didn't even realize that she had bad body odor. That terrifies me. I'm always scared that I'll have bad body odor and just not realize it. Talking badly about their friends behind their backs. Agreed. Gossiping in general gets annoying really quickly for me. If they talk shit with you, they talk shit about you. Not necessarily true. Me and my friend both share a burning hatred for one person, and that is the only person we ever talk crap about, lol. And we rarely talk about it. But generally true. I've been kind of struggling with this lately. I have a friend that is very sensitive. Like I once said Disney isn't my thing and she cried because, according to her, I implied her interests were immature. We get along great in other aspects of our lives. She can be a lot of fun. We've known each other for a long time, and our friend group is the same. But sometimes I find her to be a lot. Basically what happened with the Disney thing happens anytime you disagree with her, and it's exhausting to deal with it, so I usually just don't say anything. We've been hanging out quite a bit as a friend group, socially distancing outside, and she's really getting on my nerves. After my so and I leave these hangouts, I usually vent for an hour about her, and honestly it helps. Although afterwards I always question, am I just being a gossipy monster / shit talking my friend, or is this an okay way to deal with these frustrations? If they talk about someone behind their back when you're there, who's to say they don't talk about you badly when you aren't there? Bad attitude. This one guy always stick in my head for this. I met him in a store while I was just browsing, and he came up and commented about something I was looking at, noting that he also liked it, so then we started chatting. I was totally open to it until he asked what my main interests were, what shows / movies I liked, and everything I said, he'd respond with "ha, that's shit," and went on a rant about how awful my taste was, and how amazing his was, and that he should educate me. But at the same time, he kept hitting on me. Like I was supposed to be impressed that he was shitting all over everything I liked and basically acting like some kind of real-life tsundere asshole. It was so off-putting. Wouldn't that be considered negging? Also, does negging actually ever work? I've heard it advertised in cheap pervert playbooks and encyclopedia for creeps as some special trick for alpha dudes to get any girl, but like, how the fuck does that seem like a good idea, ever? It does. The thing with those pickup artists is that they are playing a numbers game. They don't mind that their techniques don't work on 9 out of 10 or even 99 out of 100 people, because eventually it'll work, and it's still easier than working on improving their actual personalities. Doesn't really mean it works. You can literally just walk up to 100 chicks and say let's fuck, and it would be the same. Negging just ensures you get girls with issues or insecurities. They take themselves way too seriously. They think hating on everything makes them edgy or something. Yeah, I hate that one too. They're also the type of person to put something down before even trying it. I don't have to try it to know it's stupid. Well, you've already decided you don't like it because you're certainly not going to admit you were wrong in your preconceived opinion. I mean, yeah, there's places where this is a valid argument. And then there's teens doing drugs and people being furries. Like definitely, most often it's not right to be judgmental, but sometimes a disposition is so appropriate it's not even about judgment. Dude, obviously, I'm not talking about shooting up heroin and hearing people go, "No, that sounds terrible." Don't be so pedantic. I'm talking about having a conversation with someone about Lord of the Rings and having another person, who has never experienced it any form of media, say, "Why are you talking about that? That's stupid." Agree, and I didn't really think you were. However, my point was a general addition for those who do really bad shit and misuse your exact point as an argument. Oh yeah, I remember being that person in my late teens and early 20s who loudly shat on popular stuff I didn't like, and at the time I thought it made me seem different and enlightened and not like most people or what the fuck ever, but realistically, I must have sounded really obnoxious and insufferable to other people, and probably turned off at least one crush. I think everyone goes through that phase as a kid. Bonus points if you've heard the word nonconformist at some point and started spouting it off like crazy, not realizing you were conforming to the idea of nonconformity. Cringes awkwardly at past memories. Narcissism. It makes me want to slap the narcissist and then everyone who encourages it. I don't mind narcissism per se. As a therapist, I've met many warm, kind and funny narcissists. The hostile ones who are entitled and manipulative and consider themselves victims of their surroundings are the ones that annoyed the shit out of me. My mother gives the warm, kind, funny vibes in front of other people. I thought therapists would be able to see right through it. I'm not talking about two-faced narcissists. They fall under the manipulative category. I suppose the clinical and the public definition of narcissism differ slightly. I know plenty of narcissists with that deep need of approval and admiration. Some people get seriously pissed off by that, I personally don't. If it's within reason, I'm usually fine with giving them what they need and then slowly offering alternative options to them. That's how therapy with a narcissist works best. It's a very slow process. But the manipulative, two-faced ones I simply don't accept as patients. So you have no patience for them? If only that pun had actually worked. Smile. I'm not a therapist, so for me it's difficult to comprehend how someone can be an actual narcissist and warm-hearted at the same time. To me that would have been people with narcissistic/egocentric traits and not a narcissist. But of course it's a spectrum. I had the unfortune to meet more than one narcissist in my life. Even the nicest one of them all made my life worse if I didn't pay attention. I'm happy that apparently some of them can get treated, but I'm certain that I don't want any of them in my life anymore.